Right. And I think that's a great example how the network of skills are supporting each other. Right. And when a lot of parents came to me in the different programs that I led and really were concerned about their 3 year olds or their 4 year old unable to write, or, penmanship was, backwards or shaky or whatnot, and they were worried
Yeah.
about them going into school age, that's when that conversation would come up. So if a child is having a hard time with pencil grip and writing, then the muscles in their hand are just not strong enough, right? And so pushing them too early is going to affect their confidence, right? And they might show frustration, right? They might just completely dislike it. But there's so many ways to strengthen those fine motor muscles in ways that they would love, right? And so, yeah, some parents, it's a foreign, idea for them because they think, "Okay, well, why are you telling me to have my child rip paper?" Or
Right.
right? Like, how is that gonna help her write? But it's those foundational skills that really also give them the confidence and the readiness and
I think
pushing it
too for frustration, like just because they can't properly write their name doesn't mean they don't know what it looks like. And I
right,
think there can be some frustration for children when their parents like, well, you can point out your name if you see it written. Why can't you write it? Well, it's not that they don't know how, it's that they physically can't yet. I know how to do 1,000 push-ups, but my body cannot do 1,000 push-ups. And I don't think I'm anywhere near being able to do 1,000 push-ups. So it's not that I don't know how. It's not that I don't know what is needed from me. It's that my muscles physically are not ready. And the reality is that can be the exact same situation for writing, for riding a bike, for swimming, for even standing still.
mhm.
Like their muscles might not be ready to stand still. And I think that's such an important thing to think about in that interconnectivity as well.
Right. And, repeated difficulty can definitely lead children to avoid different things, right? So it's this careful way we need to, see where they are in development so that we can spark curiosity and a love of learning rather than pushing things that they're not ready for, right? And then just giving them the opportunities instead for writing, instead of having a 4 year old sit repeatedly to practice their name. We can also have clipboards in the dramatic play area, when they're pretending that they are in a restaurant, right? Ordering different food. That clipboard and paper and, writing implement, might spark them to, you know, write things down and whatever makes sense to them. And that there is pre-writing skills. That is writing skills, right? Doesn't have to be a setup time where kids come and, trace over their name or
Yeah,
do the same letter over and over again, right? It's gonna be a lot more beneficial to them when they relate it to their interests and it's more play-based.
absolutely. And I think we have seen, I'm a big believer in fostering a love of learning. I think that that's like the best gift that you can give a child at a young age because it's going to set them up to want to learn later.
Mhm.
And I think we've seen a shift away from the desks in early childhood classrooms, the worksheets or workbooks, and we've seen a shift more towards that hands on learning. And I think it's so valuable